All right, so we're going to start here with Pioneer. Now, you guys know I'm all about Stalker 2, and this next game definitely has a similar dark, creepy vibe. And yeah, it's going to be an upcoming open-world first-person shooter developed by GFA Games, and it's set to launch in 2025 for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X, and crossing our fingers that it doesn't slide into 2026 for some weird reason. Now, the developers have drawn direct inspiration from, guess what? The Stalker franchise and Escape from Tarkov, aiming to deliver what they hope to be is a unique blend of survival, exploration, and combat. It is going to be set in a post-apocalyptic Soviet-era island, and this game aims to immerse players in a world filled with mutants, anomalies, and rival factions. Now, you will be playing as a former operative striving to survive and explore the dangers of the environment itself. But Pioneer is unique in that it offers PvE and PvP modes, that's co-op, and full-blown multiplayer versus, allowing you to engage in story-driven quests, build relationships with various factions, and participate in those player versus player battles in specific segmented zones. Now, the game is going to be emphasizing realism by eliminating traditional health bars, and they're going to be synchronizing in-game events with real-time stuff, affecting enemy behavior based on the time of day, which is something that I absolutely love. Now, the game world itself is going to be huge, approximately 50 square kilometers, and that's going to exclude dungeons. So we'll see how it pans out, but it's definitely on my radar. Hopefully it actually releases in 2025. So if this doesn't catch your attention, I don't know what will. This is Project Sentry, and yes, it is set in 1915 Japan. And yeah, it comes from the team that brought us, you guessed it, Like a Dragon series, but it seems like they're going after a more historical, realistic feel behind this one. And unlike the recent turn-based entries, Project Sentry returns to real-time combat reminiscent of the classic Yakuza and Judgment games. So expect intense hand-to-hand fights, a variety of weapons, and yes, the ability to use the environment to your advantage. Now, the combat is more notably graphic this go around, with increased gore effects adding to the visceral experience. And yes, I love the look of this game. It promises a deep, rich narrative. Very curious about this one. It's set for release in 2025. We'll see if it makes that release date or not. You never know, but it'll probably be releasing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. So this next one really caught my attention in their most recent gameplay demonstration. This is Atomfall, and it's an upcoming single-player survival action game from Rebellion, the team behind the Sniper Elite series. Now, I know them also because of the 2010 Aliens vs. Predator game. That one was badass, but it's set in an alternate 1960s Britain, and it drops you into a quarantine zone in northern England 5 years after a catastrophic nuclear disaster inspired by the real-life 1957 Windscale fire. So this one should be interesting. Now, in Atomfall, you do play as an amnesiac protagonist who can't remember anything, exploring the eerie post-apocalyptic Lake District. Your mission? Uncover the truth behind the disaster while navigating a world filled with mutated creatures, cultists, rogue military agents, and robots from the British Atomic Research Division. So it definitely has this very unique feeling and atmosphere to the game already. Now, the game emphasizes survival mechanics, scavenging for resources, crafting weapons, and managing your health and heart rate. Combat is intense with scarce ammunition, making every encounter a strategic decision. And yes, you will be relying also on stealth and melee. And the game allows for both non-lethal and lethal playthroughs, meaning you can complete it without killing a single person, or conversely, eliminate every character in your encounter. It's going to be up to you. Now, exploration is going to be key, with interconnected areas of British countryside to traverse, engage in conversation with NPCs, gather leads, and decide which objectives to pursue, all contributing to a narrative shaped by your choices. And I'm hoping that there's not too much hand-holding here. It seems like you really do have to investigate by the gameplay trailer. And they did say this, that they drew inspiration from titles like Fallout New Vegas, Metro, which I love that one, and BioShock, aiming to create a dense, player choice driven experience. Now, they're planning on launching this one on March 27th, 2025 for, get this, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S. And yeah, that surprised me that's going to be launching on the PS4 and Xbox One, but hey, it seems like they know what they're doing with this engine. But overall, really hyped for this one. It's looking pretty damn legit. And also, I wanted to mention something that I'm going to be doing with this very video that you are watching right now. Now, if you wonder how content creators produce so many short viral clips, it's because of something called Opus Clip. Now, Opus Clip is an AI-powered tool that transforms your long videos into engaging short clips, perfect for platforms like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels. It analyzes your content to pick out the most compelling segments, making it easier to share bite-sized, attention-grabbing videos, and saves me a ton of time and work. And getting started is straightforward and simple. Upload your video or paste your YouTube video link, Twitch video link, and more, and you're good to go. Let Opus Clip work its magic. And look at that, your short clips are ready to be shared with captions, emojis, and anything else you want. You can even tell Opus Clip to search a 10-minute video for specific keywords to ensure you get the best viral clips. For example, I can tell Opus Clip to take this very video and make a short about Crimson Desert, GTA 6, and so on, and then I can have 10 shorts based off this one video. It's wild what is possible. And for those interested in giving it a try, Opus Clip provides a free trial so you can test out its features before committing to a subscription. In a nutshell, Opus Clip streamlines the process of creating short form content, helping reach a wider audience with minimal effort and maximum reward. So be sure to check it out in the description below. Okay, so I've been following this next one for quite a bit, ever since it was first announced, and it has turned into something absolutely crazy. I'm hoping that all the gameplay that we have been seeing of Crimson Desert pans out to be true, because I think this one's going to be pretty big when it releases. So, yes, let's talk about it. So this one comes from Pearl Abyss, the studio that brought us Black Desert Online, which that one has quite a bit of a following, so they're stepping away from the MMO vibes to give us a gritty, story-driven experience that is very much single player. So you'll be playing as Cliff, a mercenary leader dealing with a world that is falling apart, torn by war, betrayal, and survival. It's all struggle. It's a game about grit, leadership, and carving your path through chaos. Now, what's got everyone talking is the combat. It's a dynamic system and it's very brutal, combining fast-paced hack-and-slash action with wrestling-style takedowns. Think of pulling off combos where you smash enemies into the ground or throw them into the environment. It's very flashy but strategic and also brutal. And there's also plenty of boss fights that look extremely impressive. Now, this is an open world game by far, and it's very vast and packed with variety. There's towns to explore, NPCs apparently with their own stories. We'll see how it all works once we sit down and play it, or if this is going to be marketing buzz. We'll find out. Now, the game also looks to be a visual feast for sure. It has very impressive vistas here, a realistic day and night cycle. We've got, of course, storms, multiple fully realized biomes. Now, this one is slated for release in late 2025 on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC, and it's shaping up to be a very heavy hitter. Will it be delayed? That's the big question, because I think they would delay it to get out of the way of GTA 6 if GTA 6 does in fact release at the end of the year. But you know what? It might just be that they do release here late 2025. It's been in development for quite some time. Very, very excited to finally play this one. And how can you not be excited for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? This one looks absolutely amazing. It's the much anticipated sequel to the 2018 medieval RPG from Warhorse Studios. It's set in 15th century Bohemia, and the game picks up Henry's story, a blacksmith's son caught up in a civil war, giving us more of that gritty, realistic medieval vibe. Now, it's dropping on February 4th, 2025 for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Now, the game world is absolutely massive, double the size of the original, with beautiful locations like the Bohemian Paradise and the historic city of Kutna Hora. Also, expect some smoother combat, better animations, crossbows, and even early firearms. Side quests are also getting apparently more depth and variety, much needed improvements there. Now, story-wise, it's all about revenge, betrayal, and Henry finding himself in a messy political world. Whether you're new to the series or a returning fan, you don't have to worry. There's going to be something here for everyone. And there is like a long-winded tutorial. It takes about like 2 to 3 hours that catches you up on the story if you missed out on the first one. So yeah, you can just hop in despite it being a number 2 on the title. There's going to be so much to do in this game, but one of the most impressive things that I did see from the recent demonstrations is just how the world reacts to you. For example, if you steal something out of someone's drawers or what have you, or if you take their boots, they will notice you wearing them. They'll be like, hey, those are my boots. I know those are my boots. That sort of thing to me is absolutely huge. I've only heard good things about this game from those that have played it so far, and also I'm hearing a lot of people saying that it's most likely going to be already their game of the year. They're confident in that one. So yes, there's a very good reason why Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 should be on your radar. So yeah, I'm kind of curious to see if any of you have seen this one. This is the Bustling World. It's an upcoming open world RPG set in ancient China. And yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful. I just love this art style. Now, the game offers a highly immersive and player-driven experience, apparently, where you can shape your own path in a dynamic and living world. And boy, does this world look very much alive. It is super impressive with how much stuff is going on at any given time. Now, players can take on various roles, such as a farmer cultivating crops, a merchant managing a bustling shop, an explorer navigating the wilderness, or a leader establishing a regime and managing a city. Now, the game also includes elements of strategy, survival, diplomacy, and combat, giving players the freedom to craft their ideal experience. So here are some key features that we're going to run down here. Dynamic NPCs. So characters in the game live their own lives, make decisions, and influence the environment around them. We also have extensive in farming and crafting systems with over 60 plant species and 30 animal types. You can grow, breed, and harvest resources. Also, there's advanced building mechanics. Nearly 2,000 construction components allow you to design and build home cities or fortresses, and strategic gameplay is a highlight. So yeah, you can manage policies, engage in diplomacy, politics, or lead armies into battle. It's a very rich setting. Now, there's no exact release date on this one yet. I really hope that it releases this year. That sure would be nice, but it is listed on Steam, and you can wishlist it right now. Highly recommend doing that. I'm going to keep track of this one as well. Now, this next one has been appropriately dubbed the GTA 6 anime game, and for very good reason. And let me tell you what, just from the initial trailer, it looks stunning. If this is actually what it looks like, yeah, call me impressed. But this one is called Ananta. And yes, it's an upcoming free-to-play urban open-world RPG, and players will be taking on the role of an elite agent in the Anti-Chaos Directorate, tasked with investigating paranormal anomalies and combating supernatural threats to humanity. Now, this one features a vast open world with cel-shaded anime-inspired visuals. Players can explore cities designed with Japanese, European, and American urban aesthetics, engaging in activities like parkour, grappling between skyscrapers, and driving vehicles as well. Now, the traversal mechanics are fast-paced and stamina-free, which is nice, allowing for seamless movement and total freedom throughout the environment. Now, what about combat? So combat in Ananta is dynamic, enabling players to switch between a team of 4 different characters during major battles. Each character possesses unique abilities and stats, encouraging strategic team composition to tackle various challenges. Now, the game also includes mini-games in it and interactive objects within the city, enhancing what is supposed to be an immersive experience. We'll see what happens with this one, but so far, yeah, call me impressed just by the look of it. It's going to be on PC, PlayStation 5, Android, and iOS platforms as well. No release date has been announced, but there has been some playtests, I guess. But yeah, I'll let you guys know more about this one in the future. And hey, it's going to be free, so you can at least try it. And I have always loved the Mafia franchise, and I'm so hyped for Mafia: The Old Country. It is going to be the latest and newest installment in the Mafia series, taking us back to the early 1900s in Sicily. Now, you're going to be playing as Enzo Favara, a guy who survived a rough childhood in the sulfur mines and now has a shot at joining Don Torres' crime family. It's all about navigating the brutal underworld, making tough choices, and understanding that in this life, family means sacrifice. Now, this game sticks to the series' roots with a strong, story-driven experience, focusing on linear gameplay that immerses you in the mob life. Yeah, I know, you heard that right. Linear gameplay, they said. So no word on how the world is actually structured in this case, and I really do think it will actually help the Mafia franchise getting rid of any extra excess and bloat and focus in on what really makes a Mafia game great, and that is the actual story. So expect intense third-person action, strategic combat, and a deep dive into the origins of organized crime. So this is going to be releasing in summer of 2025 if all goes well. It's going to be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation and PC. I am so ready for this one. And we have got to talk about this one. This one really does stand out on the list. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an upcoming dark fantasy RPG that blends turn-based combat with real-time elements set in a beautifully crafted world. And in this game, you play as Gustav, leading a team on a perilous journey to confront the Paintress, a godlike entity who paints a number each year, causing everyone of that age to vanish. Now, the narrative delves into these themes of fate and sacrifice, offering a rich and immersive experience, and just looks so different, so wild, and I personally can't wait for it. It looks like it has an excellent voice cast and actors and actresses to back it up. Now, the combat system is a standout feature, combining traditional turn-based mechanics with real-time action like dodging, parrying, and executing powerful counterattacks. This one absolutely has my interest. It looks so good. Now, this one is going to be releasing in 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and X, and PC. Really curious to see how this one goes because it just looks so unique. And I actually missed out on playing this one when it first released, so I am beyond hyped to get my hands on Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, a classic reimagined. So this is the long-awaited remake of Metal Gear Solid 3, and it's going to be marking the triumphant return of one of gaming's most iconic stealth adventures. Now, they're going to try to recapture the magic of the original while leveraging modern gaming technology to enhance its visuals and gameplay experience. This one's going to be releasing on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. No official release date has been confirmed, but I cannot wait for that release date. I am so hyped to hop into this one, considering I missed out on it the first go around. So yeah, cannot freaking wait. And we've got to talk about Borderlands 4, which is looking incredible so far. Of course, it is set to release sometime in 2025 for PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. And we're going to be going to an all-new planet, but this time it is going to be a seamless world without loading screens. We're going to be getting all new vehicles and traversal tools as well, like a grappling hook. Thankfully, the franchise's signature humor and cel-shaded art style are returning, as well as cooperative play with all new Vault Hunters. And we'll be facing off against a new dictator known as the Timekeeper and his army, the Order, while searching for secret alien treasures. And of course, that's where the loot comes in. This is going to be all about the loot, so I'm excited to see what new weapons they have on offer. But yeah, I cannot wait for Borderlands 4. It is definitely one of my hotly anticipated games of 2025. Hopefully it releases in 2025. We'll see what happens. And honestly, I didn't know if this next one would make the list at all, but the most recent gameplay demonstrations and videos have showcased an improvement with this game, and it's looking sharper and sharper. And so far, the reaction from the community is looking really good. And I'm talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now, this one's going to be very different. We have dual protagonists, which they've done this before. Of course, like Assassin's Creed Syndicate, we got to see that with the brother and sister. That was very, very cool. This go around, we are going to be having a samurai and more of a ninja, and they're going to have different gameplay styles to offer. One is going to be far more stealthier than the other, and one is going to be far more combat focused, which is going to be really a lot of fun, I think. There's been a lot of divide with this one, but I'm seeing lately from the recent gameplay trailers and the comments on those gameplay trailers a revival in hope. So we'll see how it pans out. But, you know, it's been always a dream as an Assassin's Creed fan over here to finally get to venture out in feudal Japan and explore that culture through Assassin's Creed. You know, that's what we've always wanted. We've been dreaming of this. And so far, it's looking beautiful with the actual environment. It's just going to come down to the story, the characters, because, you know, that's what it's all about. But yes, this one's going to be releasing on basically every platform imaginable in March. And that's another reason why I've been apprehensive about this one, because they have kept delaying it and delaying it and delaying it. But yeah, there might be good reason for it. And it's good to know that they're allowing the dev team to kind of fine tune this one, hopefully take their time and get it right, because they definitely need to get it right. Ubisoft absolutely has to have a win. And yes, of course, GTA 6 is going to make the list. Did you really think I was not going to mention the biggest entry to one of the biggest franchises on planet Earth? So yeah, GTA 6 is a no-brainer. I cannot wait to see what they do with this one. We're headed back to Vice City. Basically Rockstar's take on Miami, and overall this game looks like it's going to be like the game of all games, you know. We'll see if it makes the 2025 release date, but I would not be surprised if this was pushed back into 2026. We'll see. But yeah, it's going to be releasing on consoles at first, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. So look out for more news on GTA 6. So yeah, I cannot wait to finally hop into this one.